It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Juneteenth edition. Happy Juneteenth to ya, Isaiah. Hello again.
Happy Monday.
We've done a whole show together, but hello.
What a grand day it is today.
It is a great day.
And I wanted to bring up something that I was doing the majority of the show.
Okay.
Which is like online shop.
Oh, okay. You're distracted?
While you were talking and things during breaks, I was just kind of like Googling along.
Yeah.
Because it's almost my birthday. My birthday's like...
It's 1 month away, isn't it?
Yeah, what's today? The 19th? 19th? Yeah. Less than 1 month away.
Less than a month. I guess I don't know exactly which day your birthday is.
It's the 14th. It's the 14th. So I've been thinking about like what I want for my birthday, right? Because it's about the time where I can buy things for myself and count them as birthday gifts. Start spending more money on myself for the summertime. And there's a couple of things I want.
Okay.
I want some jewelry.
You want jewelry?
Jewelry.
I don't know if I've ever seen you wear jewelry besides a chain. You wear a chain?
I wear a chain on the weekends. And I wear a watch on the weekends. But I don't wear this to work.
I've seen you wear the chain.
I've worn it like a couple times.
For picture day.
For picture day, yeah. I wore my chain.
You know we're on video
watch.
all the time, right?
I know, but it's not as much. I don't know. It's a weekday. We're on the weekends when I'm like trying to look good. Then I'll pull out like my chain and my watch and a bracelet, right? But I'm ready for some new stuff, like a new watch, a new chain.
Okay. You just need a refresh.
A new refresh.
So you're not talking like like an earring or like an eyebrow piercing or something.
No, I'm not doing any piercings or any earrings or anything like that. But the other thing, I want to get your opinion.
Okay.
Because I know that you're cool with like obviously watches and chains. That's pretty standard.
Yeah, of course.
Like you don't wear them, but like normal
stuff. No, my
stuff.
phone tells time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you don't have to have the watch. And actually, the watch I have right now has been like broken for like a year.
It doesn't even tell time?
It doesn't tell time. Like it's all I have to do is just put a new battery in it.
Yeah.
But I just like...
Who wants to do that?
Like I'm not using it to check the time.
You might as well just get a new one.
It's just for looks, you know? But my roommate recently has been on this thing. He hasn't done it, but he keeps on talking about it. He's like, I want to start wearing rings. And I'm not a ring guy.
You're not even considering it for yourself?
No, I know that I would look weird with rings on. That's not like my vibe. Nothing against it though. But I think that I
mean, if there is something against it, that's fine.
I think you should start wearing rings.
You think I'm a ring guy?
I think you could be a ring guy.
I don't even wear my wedding ring.
I know you don't?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there a reason why?
Because I'm not a ring guy.
I think you could look good with rings on.
What about my style? Says ring.
I know, but it's because I know that these are your weekday outfits.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your weekend outfits.
My weekend outfits aren't particularly different.
They gotta be a little different.
They're not that different.
What do you mean? You're telling me you wear the same stuff on the weekends as you do on the weekdays?
By and large, yeah.
But there's a couple new different shirts. Maybe some different pants.
Maybe, yeah.
Some weekend stuff. Some weekend gear.
Pants are really almost always the same. I'm
always
not doing
jeans.
Stuff that calls for like some kind of different attire.
So let's say you were going to go out,
Keep it pretty casual, yeah.
Let's say you were doing something special. And you get kind of dressed up a little.
Okay, button up then?
Button up, yeah. I don't know what your style is for dressed up, but whatever that is.
Yeah.
You think you could just like toss a couple on?
I still don't think that'd be me. It doesn't sound like me at all.
I feel like you could for sure pull it off.
I really don't think.
More than me.
I don't know what about me says rings. I just really don't.
I don't know because yet again, you're like a rocker.
Yeah.
And
I am
like
kind
rings.
of a rocker.
They like rings. Like I feel like a lot of the bands we play, our artists definitely wear rings.
Name one you think wears a ring.
We know JD wears rings.
That's a good example.
I know
that's a good example. I bet you JD wears rings.
Because he's stylish.
Yeah.
He's a stylish guy. And they're very in right now.
Yeah.
They're very in right now. I know for a fact that there's a bunch of our RadioU artists. I bet Jimmy Rock. I could see Jimmy Rock.
Jimmy Rock.
Have you seen the outfits that he wears?
I don't have the same fashion sense as Jimmy Rock, though.
I'm not comparing you to Jimmy Rock.
Yeah, I can't pull off the stuff that Jimmy Rock can pull off.
I'm just thinking about some of our more popular, like fashionists.
Yeah. You think J-Way wears rings? He's like he's probably our #1 fashion icon here on RadioU.
J-Way, I could even see YB wearing rings.
Yeah.
He was in here just not too long. I should have looked at his hand.
Look back at the video.
I should have looked at him, see if he had a ring on. But yeah, I think you could pull it off. So I'm gonna buy you something for your birthday. My next birthday gift for you, it'll be a pinky ring.
You know, for me though, I'm so everything for me is so functional, so utilitarian.
You don't say there's a purpose for it?
Rings are so superfluous.
Yeah.
There's just, they serve no purpose, so why would I wear them? That doesn't sound like me.
See, yeah, I can see that.
Everything with me is by design. It has to serve a function.
Reason.
Yeah.
All for a purpose.
And so I don't think a ring would do that for me.
Yeah, I wear a lot of things that are just to wear.
Just for fun.
I mean, I wear a watch that's broken.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because I like the way it looks on my wrist. But yeah, maybe I guess if you're not gonna do rings, somebody has to.
Yeah.
I guess it's gonna have to be me.
I guess so. You could give it a shot. I think you might be. If anybody can pull it off.
I have skinny fingers. It's the issue.
That probably makes the rings cheaper.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
less material. Down.
Less material.
Yeah, I just feel like it would look weird on my hands.
Sure, that's how rings work.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But that's my take on jewelry. I need some more.
I'm trying to think of what jewelry I've gone through phases with, and that is, I went through some bracelet times.
Bracelets?
Times where I wore bracelets.
Do you have any on right now?
No, I do not. I don't have any jewelry whatsoever.
None?
Nope.
Not even on the weekends?
Never.
I'm going to have to start wearing mine to work.
I've done some various neck wear.
You had a choker for a while.
No, I did not have a choker.
I wish you did.
No, but I
wish you did.
I did wear dog tags to support child soldiers in foreign countries for a while. For a long time.
This guy's such a stud.
Yeah, right.
That's a good PR.
Why did I ever move on from that?
I know. What happened? You took him off one day? What? You stopped supporting
I don't know what happened to that, but if you look at old pictures of me, those things are around for a while. I had a nice long
some
phase.
Necklaces, some bracelets.
To be fair, I still support child soldiers in foreign countries.
It didn't seem like it without your necklace.
Yeah, I still want them freed, but I don't want to wear dog tags anymore.
You need to bring something back. I need a little something from you.
Some kind of switch up to the style.
What about a single ear piercing?
I don't know if that's really me either.
I don't know if that's you, but it made me happy if you did it.
Yeah. All right. In the podcast today, we talk about why your dog needs friends and possibly the worst pair of shoes Nike has ever sold. And coming up tomorrow, you might want to pay attention because, and text in your answer to 8772 RadioU. What's something that you assumed was easy until you actually tried it?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Yep.
I've had a lot of things I thought I was going to be good at that I wasn't.
Yeah.
And so that'll be an easy one for me.
Time to ponder that before tomorrow. Enjoy the show today. Happy Juneteenth, and we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
When are you going to finally get around to getting that second dog you've been teasing us with?
Oh, I don't know.
Because you brought it up a couple months ago about possibly getting a second one.
Well, maybe after the first one moves along, ski-daddles.
Leaves town?
Is when it will be time. Crosses the old Rainbow Bridge.
That's when the second one can come along.
That's when the second dog might rear its head.
Well, for everyone at home that wants Hudson to get a second dog, like I do, I have a survey here, a little study. It says that you should, in fact, get a second dog.
Did you poll the Radio U listeners and ask if they wanted that, or
no? I didn't ask them. But if I did, they would all say yes.
You didn't conduct this study.
No, it wasn't me that they conducted it. But it says that pretty much essentially, friends for dogs are just as important as they are for humans.
Okay.
To live like a longer, healthier life.
Yeah.
Which like makes sense to me because when I think about like my dog Jim, I know that he would be like 10 times happier if there was another dog in my house every day.
Yeah.
Because then you'd feel like younger, you could play with them. And that's pretty much what the study finds is that if you have like an older dog, essentially if you pair them with a younger dog, then they feel young once again.
Oh, I get, if they have a friend to pal around with, they exercise, get more exercise, get their energy levels up type thing, just get them moving. That's interesting. And
because like it increases play every day too.
Yeah.
Like when you think about like my dog Jim, like yes, I take Jim on walks every now and then. But if he had a dog there every day, then he would play every day. His exercise would be up, weight loss down, things like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they would just be more active. Because Jim, whenever he comes to play with me, I'll throw the toy with him a couple times, and then I think I'm boring for him.
Yeah.
Where another dog's slobbering on him, he likes that better.
Yeah. They might have, the two of the dogs together might have more attention span for dog type things that you just don't care about.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jim brings me a toy and I throw it, and obviously that's entertaining for him, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yet another dog would understand the silly things that he thinks are entertaining.
So you're telling me that if I want Zafira the dog to be happier and healthier, I need to get her a friend. I need to help her make a friend or two.
No, that's not what. Yes, obviously, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Then why is it? Why is it that when Zafira the dog sees any other dog within 100 yards of my house, she tries to scare them away?
Oh, by barking?
Yeah.
Oh, they're just talking, Hudson.
She's not talking. She's talking. I've never heard two humans that are friends talk to each other that way.
Is she aggressive with other dogs? Or is she friendly?
If we're out on a walk, she will maybe aggressively try to meet the other dog. She's real excited. And then oftentimes, I don't know, her sniffing around or whatever. Usually the other dog will be kind of get away from me type thing.
Oh, they don't like Zafira so much.
Yeah, for some reason. Zafira's too friendly. But then when we're in our domicile, in our own abode, she is aggressive. But
she's a home protector.
She's shielded by a window. So
got it, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know if entering another dog into the home would be such a wise idea.
Have you ever had a dog at your house with Zafira?
No.
Never?
We've never done that.
See, Jim loves it. When we have play dates at my house, dogs will come over.
Yeah.
He's play with my toys. He loves having other dogs over.
Well,
so maybe you need to test it with a play date first, and then you can consider possibly going in a 2-dog household direction.
It seems there's a simple solution. We just have Jim and Zafira meet up.
Oh, yeah, I'll just drop Jim off at your house.
It's crazy that we've never done that.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Right now, I have the box office numbers in front of me. It's our Monday tradition, the box office breakdown. The Flash was number 1. Isaiah coming in with $55 million.
A little low, right?
It's pretty low.
Feels really low.
It's pretty low for a superhero movie, a summer blockbuster superhero movie. You'd think $55 million for an opening weekend, it would do better than that. And wait till you hear this. The budget for The Flash, over $200 million, about $220 million.
So they've got a long way to go.
A long way to go to make up just what they spent on the film, which is crazy to me. Yet again, I feel like several times we talked about how The Flash, with all the controversy surrounding the star, Ezra Miller, there was so many chances for them to pull the plug on it. And they're like, no, this is so good. We have to put it out.
We have to put this movie out.
People are going to love it. And people did not love it enough to make it worth its while, because it only came in with $55 million. Now coming in at number 2. You didn't see The Flash, did you?
I did not.
Okay. Number 2, Elemental, the new Pixar movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know that if it's coming in at number 2 in its opening weekend, behind The Flash, which only made $55 million, this is a family movie for children. This can't be a good sign, can it?
It's a bad sign. It's a really bad sign.
$29 million for Elemental.
29? Wow. That's low.
Wait till you hear this. The budget for Elemental, $200 million.
Oh, no.
I don't know why I get some sick satisfaction out of Pixar.
You look so happy when you said that.
Losing so much money on it. But yeah, they're also, they're going to make more money over time. They're going to stick around in theaters for a while. They'll probably make some money overseas, but you're making $29 million in your opening weekend and your budget was $200 million. You're doing something wrong.
You're not looking very good.
You did something wrong. Number 3 was the new Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse. 4, the new Transformers. And 5, The Little Mermaid. Did you watch anything recently?
Yesterday I watched Predators.
Predators?
Yeah.
The aliens, but not Aliens versus Predators.
No, just Predators.
Just Predators.
Yeah, I watched that before bed last night, and then I was watching the U.S. Open as well.
Oh, golf. Who wound up winning?
That was Wyndham.
Oh.
Good old Wyndham.
Love Wyndham Clark.
Even though Rory almost brought it back.
Yeah.
So it was close. It ended up being really close.
Good for him.
What about you? Anything you watch?
You know what? I watched a bunch of different things. I watched Nacho Libre.
Good movie.
Great movie.
Underrated movie.
It is. It's an excellent movie. I enjoyed Nacho Libre, Jack Black as for some reason he was allowed to play a Mexican wrestler in 2006, and that was okay. Now I feel like that wouldn't fly, but I enjoyed the movie. Also watched first episode of Black Mirror, just okay. But most importantly, I've seen Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh wow, that's a big deal.
Really enjoyed it.
Was it good?
It was a good movie, but I have a big caveat because I really enjoyed it. I liked the movie a lot. It was a fun ride, just real creative. Yet again, managed to incorporate multiverse stuff without it feeling like, way too over anybody's head.
Easy to follow.
Yeah, easy enough to follow. Problem is, and this is a minor spoiler if you still haven't seen it, it's not a full movie. It's 2.5 hours, but it doesn't end.
Ooh, that's the worst.
It literally ends with to be continued.
Oh, no.
So it was a really good trailer for Spider-Man Spider-Verse 3.
2.5 hours, small time.
A really good 2.5 hour trailer. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I just don't know why you can't have a movie be a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, I was upset about that.
That's fair.
But
good movie, though.
Other than that, great movie. If you saw anything good over the weekend, let us know. 8772 RadioU. Heard a lot of people talking about Extraction 2 on Netflix.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Yesterday, also Father's Day, of course. And this is interesting. You consider Father's Day a big holiday?
It depends on what our term of big is.
How about, for the purposes of this, would you consider it one of the most important holidays?
I'd consider it a top contender.
Really?
For most important.
Most important?
I mean, it's a top 10.
Where would you rank it? Okay. Where would you rank it, not as in terms of most fun, most enjoyable, but in importance of holidays, importance that you make sure you celebrate it and mark it in some way?
Then it's probably top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah. Easily top 5.
Behind what else?
We've got Christmas.
Of course.
You got to celebrate that.
Yeah.
You've got Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
You got to celebrate that. You got Mother's Day, Father's Day. You got to celebrate both those.
Okay.
And then outside of that, what else do you really, what else do you have to celebrate? You have to actually do something for. Because, New Year's Eve, you don't have to do anything for that.
You can just, yeah.
You could just stay home and, hang out, and no one's going to be mad at you.
Yeah.
People will be mad at you if you don't do Mother's Day. People will be mad at you if you don't do Father's Day.
I don't know.
You got to do something.
I don't want to test.
4th of July, you don't have to do anything either.
I don't want to test this, but how mad do you think your dad would be if you missed Father's Day? Or if you literally just said Happy Father's Day?
Well, if I just didn't show up, for us, we all meet at the house and we do a cookout thing.
Uh-huh.
If I didn't go to that, I'd look like a jerk.
Yeah. But if you just you're out of town or whatever, and it's just you just shoot dad a Happy Father's Day text, would your dad? You think he'd be that upset?
I think he'd be a little upset.
Do you think other people in the family would be more upset than
everybody
your dad?
Else would be? Yeah, everybody else. My mom would be mad.
Yeah, your brothers would be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's an important holiday because Halloween. If I don't go out and dress up for Halloween, no one's gonna be like, "I can't believe you. You would do this to us."
Yeah.
No one's gonna say anything. So it's a top 5er then. You can name one that's more important other than Christmas and Thanksgiving.
I think Christmas, Thanksgiving. I think Easter in some families, arguably, that's definitely up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, as far as the big 5, I could see for some people would say Memorial Day, probably not celebrate, but mark the occasion of Memorial Day. I don't know. Yeah, it's. I guess it makes a strong case for the top 5.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was a big day yesterday?
It was a fun day.
Yeah, it was fun.
I had a good time.
Had a good time with my dad.
We cooked out. We relaxed.
It seemed like the vibe was because me and my dad and my family went out, and it seemed like the vibe was it was like everybody's having a good time. You know what I mean? It felt like a holiday if you went out.
Oh yeah.
It didn't just feel like a regular Sunday. It felt like something bigger was happening.
Yeah, it was a relaxing day for my family, but it was a good one. It made for an easy holiday.
Yeah.
We just cooked out, had fun, Nothing too stressful. That was the best part.
Well, happy Father's Day to the dads out there yesterday. Hope everybody had a grand old time like Isaiah and I and our families and dads.
And if you didn't celebrate, you're in big trouble today.
Uh-oh. Mom's going to bring the hammer down.
Mom is going to be so mad.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
We got a man in Illinois. He was having a crazy dream. He was having a dream that somebody had entered his house, an intruder.
That's a scary dream.
And for some
We've
people,
all had one of those.
I haven't had that.
You never had an intruder dream?
Never had an intruder dream.
Where you had to take on a home intruder?
Yeah, not happened.
I've had a handful of those.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How do you usually fare in those dreams?
Usually I win every time.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually undefeated.
Undefeated.
I've never lost.
Don't mess with Isaiah and his dreams.
Undefeated.
Does Jim the dog come into play in those?
Never
as well?
helps.
Yeah, he's just a hindrance.
Never helps.
A hindrance of anything. So this guy's dreaming about an intruder entering his home. Now, when you dream about an intruder entering your home, do you resort to firearms?
It depends on the dream.
Uh-huh.
Usually, for me, if I'm utilizing a firearm in the dream, I'm taking it from them.
Oh, okay.
Like they're trying to use it on me,
them.
I disarm them, and then I have their gun.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a win.
Yeah. They're not gonna.
It's a clear win.
Yeah, they're not gonna steal it back from you. I'd be surprised.
Not in my
Especially
dream.
not in the dream world.
Not in my dream, buddy.
For this guy, in his dream, he just went ahead and got his own gun and was ready. Like he was locked and loaded, ready to go. If somebody is ready to break into my house, don't worry, I've got this covered. I've got a .357 Magnum revolver.
Okay.
Very specific dream. But it was specific because he also happened to own that gun in real life.
Okay, that makes sense why he would think that way then.
And so in the
why
dream...
it would appear in the dream?
In the dream, he shoots the intruder. Problem is, he actually had the gun and actually shot someone. And you know who that someone was?
Who was it?
Himself.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, he shot himself.
You know what? That's better, though.
Than somebody else?
Than like his wife or something.
Than some innocent person that wasn't involved at all. He shot himself. Fortunately, it was in the leg, so he is, he's going to survive. He's going to make it through this thing. But shoots himself in the leg thinking it was a home intruder from his dream. Pretty embarrassing.
So he was mid-sleep, shot himself.
Yeah. And believe it or not, that woke him up.
Shocker there.
Getting shot in the leg. Well, maybe he could have slept through it thinking it was part of the dream. I don't know.
So my question is, right, is obviously he told everyone that he had this dream.
He had to when he had to get admitted to the hospital for having a gunshot wound.
Yeah, exactly. So you think he made it up? You think he was at his house by himself and accidentally shot himself while he was awake?
It's definitely less embarrassing. It is embarrassing, but it's less embarrassing than if you just were messing around with your gun or whatever.
And you just shot yourself, right?
Yeah, that would be, then yeah, you'd definitely be open for mockery
You
there.
would for sure come up with an elaborate story saying, well, I was actually dreaming, and I had this dream that there was an intruder.
Yeah.
And just so happens, I was holding my gun while sleeping and shot it.
Yeah.
Seems a little wild.
It's a wild scenario, and people are going to, I think, rightfully say, listen here, bud, if you're able to access your gun so easily while you're asleep, it's too easy to access.
You need to move it like somewhere else. You need to lock it.
Yeah.
Or something. You need to put it somewhere else.
How
are you grabbing it
at
mid-dream?
least out of arm's reach for while you're asleep, I think.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that he shot himself while he was awake.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe this whole dream story. I'm starting to think he was like with some buddies and he was trying to be cool. Accidentally shot himself in the leg.
And everybody just followed along.
He was at home practicing how to spin his gun around his finger, how to spin his revolver around his finger, and accidentally shot himself. That's what I'm starting to think.
It's definitely something stupider, if that's possible, than shooting yourself while dreaming.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
This is bad. This is real bad. According to the Surfrider Foundation, they went through and tested over 9,000 water samples from coastal beaches across the country. And this is over the course of the past year. Of those 9,000 water samples, 19% found unsafe levels of fecal contamination in water at beaches, is what I'm telling you. 1 out of 5 water samples has unsafe levels of fecal contamination. Or put it this way. Yeah, unsafe.
It's that high?
It's that high. Or put it this way, because that's 1 in 5 out of 9,000 samples, over 9,000 samples. But they took these 9,000 samples at different times from 496 sites, 496 different beaches. And so out of the 496 beaches they tested, 61% had at least one sample come back with unsafe levels of fecal contamination.
And you want to know why this is? Because at first glance, you're thinking it's from like people that are at the beach.
Yeah.
It's not.
Going in dirty.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's from the sewers.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Who knew you were such a wastewater expert?
Isn't that pretty impressive?
Yeah. How did you know that?
When I first thought about it, I was like, how's it even possible?
Yeah.
The people are going in there dirty.
It's a big ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just like wash away.
It would get watered down
There's
real
no
quick.
way. Because then I was looking like maybe they're like, I'm like, what beaches are we testing? Like very popular ones. And then I realized it's just like the sewage.
Yes.
Because we shoot everything into there. You would think we would have built maybe a better plan. Maybe a little farther out.
Yep.
I feel like we're not going far enough out.
They call it combined sewer overflows. They say it's a particular issue when there are heavy rains and storms in an area that lead to a lot of water runoff from different areas because in many areas, all of the water will combine into one thing, whether it's, sewer water, wastewater, like all the different various types of water that get recycled. They'll all go to the same place and all run off the same place. And then additionally, because we have so much more pavement now than, back in olden times, pavement doesn't absorb water the way forests and wetlands and stuff like that do. So that all leads to, the poop's got to go somewhere, and it's going to the beach, going to the ocean, which you would think would be okay, but it's getting to unsafe levels about 20% of the time. And they say, although all these, we're talking about 496 beaches, all on the coast of the United States that were tested, they say this is also an issue. Don't start thinking, if I go to the Great Lakes instead, it's safe. It's just as bad there.
Like, what do you mean unsafe? Like, what does that even mean?
Unsafe, like high enough to, I don't know what the difference is. They say that what are the health risks with unsafe levels of fecal contamination at the beach, you may ask? I have them right here. Rashes, ear, nose, and throat infections, gastrointestinal issues, and swimmers with open wounds also risk infecting them.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
You don't buy it?
I'm not afraid. Usually when I go to the beach, I'm standing in my own pee anyway. So you think I'm worried about it?
Yeah.
Possibly not.
It's different when it's your own brew.
Oh, yeah, exactly. When it's somebody else's, it feels more gross.
Yeah, it definitely does. A lot of somebody else's.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, RadioU.
He's got a good question for you. That is, what is something that you are one and done on? In other words, something that you tried once, you gave it a fair shake, but never again. Not for me. This is not my style. Other people can like it, not me. If you've got something that comes to mind, 8772 RadioU.
See, when I think about this, of things that I've done that I may have even enjoyed that I might not do again.
Okay.
Like, there's a bunch, a lot of people are going to say, like, roller coasters, things like that. I like roller coasters.
That jumped to mind, yeah.
Would I have to do it again, though?
It's not have to, but would you, if somebody offered you and you would say, nah, I'm good.
See, for me, there's a lot of things like riding a mechanical bull.
Okay.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
You've done that?
Yeah, of course. That's the first thing that comes to mind after. Actually, here's another one, karaoke.
Karaoke, really?
Yeah.
You tried it once?
That might be my one.
That's number 1 on the list.
That might be.
You did not enjoy karaoke.
I don't have to do it again. It was embarrassing enough the first time.
What song did you sing?
I thought it would be funny, and at the time, I went up there, and I was pretty confident. Got up there, didn't go nearly as planned.
But
that's how it goes.
I think for karaoke, I think one day I could be a karaoke star.
Here we go.
I think I used to nail it. I used to play the karaoke, like rock band and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I loved being the singer, even though I don't think that's a fair judgment of how good of a singer you are, because you could literally go, in rock band, you don't have to actually sing the words and sing the song and make it sound right. You just have to go, and just make it match the thing. Which it still is a talent.
I'm talking about in public, Hudson.
I know, I understand.
Okay, making sure.
I'm just saying that's also karaoke, and I used to rock out on that. I used to thrive in that environment. I think karaoke out in a public setting, I'd be up for it.
I could do another one even, because I'm looking texts are already coming in.
Okay.
And the first text I read was Todd, who said snow skiing, one and done.
Really?
Yeah, snow skiing.
Todd not into skiing.
Not a skier.
Okay.
And so then that makes me think sledding.
You don't like sledding?
I don't ever have to do it again.
It is kind of an odd thing to do as an adult, unless it's like extreme sledding.
Like what? Like where am I going to sled that would really be worth it? I'm probably gonna get hurt. That's the next thing that I'm thinking about. Sledding. If I'm sledding, I'm not going to go sledding on some little dainty hill at this point in my life.
That's right.
So that means I'm doing a big hill.
It's got to be dangerous.
And then I'm going to get hurt is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so for me, then I'm out. I'm out on that.
That's understandable. The other thing that came to mind is just obvious is foods. There's so many foods that we've tried.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's not even worth mentioning.
It's not even a thing.
Similarly, movies. Ryan already texted in saying he watched 50 Shades of Grey once and never again.
Fair.
Fair
it's
enough.
An experience.
I think on movies and shows and foods, you can probably just leave them behind. But what are other things that are one and done? You tried it once, never again. 8772 RadioU. Let's see what people are saying coming up next.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Question today is, what is a one and done experience for you? What's something that you tried once because you wanted to be fair, but after just one time, you're like, I don't think I ever need to do that again. Some stuff that we've got so far: skiing, different movies and foods that were just, come on. There's a million foods we've all tried that we know we're not going to eat again. How about Mark, though, texting in? Mark says spelunking. Do you know what spelunking is?
I'm not familiar with spelunking.
That's exploring caves.
Oh, I'm with you there.
Why do they call it? Why do they call it spelunking?
I don't know.
I wish I knew, but Mark says a big guy in a tight space, only do it once for him. So that's a good one from Mark. I have been in different caves and caverns. I find it interesting, so I wouldn't mind doing that again.
I think it's scary though.
I don't know.
Like a tight space.
I'm a little claustrophobic.
Being trapped.
Yeah, it depends how small the place
not
is.
Getting out. Like those are all fears
it's
that
dark.
I have.
It's real dark sometimes. Okay. Here's two that I thought of. One, horseback riding.
I'm with you there.
I've ridden horseback before.
Yep, I have too.
I got zero enjoyment out of it. It does nothing for me whatsoever. And I think that even if it was a situation of like, well, we need to ride the horses to get to this overpass or, this mountain view, or I don't know what scenario. There's some places where typically they'd be like, you have to ride a horse to get there. Be like, I'll just walk. It'll be fine.
Well, there would never be a time that you would have to ride the horse.
I know, but I don't know. I guess I have no reason. I don't hate it so much that I wouldn't do it, but I'd still prefer to not.
Yeah,
it's just easier to not.
It's nothing I would pay for.
Yeah.
I would never pay to ride a horse.
If I was with a group and everyone else is fired up to ride horses, I guess I wouldn't be like, well, hold on, guys. But I also would be like, well, maybe I'll just sit this one out,
Yeah, maybe I'll just take a nap at the house.
Another one, painting.
Painting.
Whether you're talking painting like a fence or like artistic painting, I have zero interest. Done it. Don't want to do it again.
That's fair. Those are both good answers.
I find it challenging, and I don't find it rewarding.
And you're not very good at it?
And it's not very good. It's time consuming. Don't want to do it.
See,
Those are my two.
There's some text rolling in that are all in the same vein here.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
We got Dave. First one he says, marriage. How about that
Dave,
for Dave?
come on, Dave.
Next one, Jessica, long distance relationships.
Oh, that's a good answer.
One.
Yeah.
And then Andrew was the third one. He said getting back with an ex. So a lot of relationship ones there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That all seem like probably good ideas not to do again.
I see why you may want to avoid all of those after one bad experience.
Yeah.
Or, again, just giving it at least one shot. So 8772 RadioU, if you've got a one and done experience, something that you gave it a shot and you're just like, nope, I don't need to ever do that again. Let us know, and we'd be happy to hear from you here.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
This is like the second time in a couple days that we've had an animal wedding story. This time coming from Colorado, where there's a TikTok going viral of a couple getting married. And typically when you get married, right, you have to have like witnesses to sign the marriage license or whatever.
Somebody there.
Yeah. Usually that's the role of the best man and maid of honor, I believe. But in this case, in this viral TikTok, it is a man and woman getting married, and their witness is a cat.
Does that count?
In Colorado, in whatever town this is, apparently, yes. Apparently, that's just fine. Momo the cat went ahead and served as a witness for Amanda Mock Terry and the man that she was getting married to. And the cat even went so far as to sign the marriage certificate with its paw print and everything.
So my question is, like, were there other people there? Was this like a true wedding day?
Well, this is signing the license, right? It's different than like a ceremony, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Like, so was there?
There's clearly somebody there to film it.
True.
At least.
So I was gonna ask if the cat was just the only option.
Yeah.
If it was like we have to make it the cat because there's nobody else here other than Momo.
Think about this. Imagine this. You're one of the couple's many friends that surely they must have, and you got passed over for their cat.
Lame.
Yeah, we could have had Lenny be the best man and come here and sign the marriage certificate as a witness, but instead, let's choose Momo the cat. Sorry, Lenny. I know it would have been a big honor to you.
Momo doesn't even look happy.
You've been very supportive and happy, with us this whole entire time. A very close friend of ours, but Momo the cat, I feel like, has to be the one to sign the certificate.
Yeah, Momo doesn't even look happy to be there, if I'm being frank.
Oh, poor Momo.
But at the same time, cats always seem kind of unhappy.
Yeah, that's just how cats just look.
Their typical disposition.
Yeah, but before you go ahead and try to do this at your marriage license signing, this is a very specific rule to the city of Denver, Colorado, where it states that couples can conduct a self-solemnization ceremony in which, in this case, neither witnesses nor officiant are required.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So you can marry yourself officially, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
But
so Momo wasn't even required, actually.
They
Momo
didn't even need the cat there.
No.
So let me ask you this then. What's the smallest like wedding function you've ever been to? You ever been to a real small one?
I don't know. I've been to like some I wouldn't call them small weddings. I like, it's not like they're the big fantastic weddings, but I mean, there's usually a decent amount of people involved.
Yeah, I've only been to one small wedding function.
Okay.
And it was a little awkward.
Like what's the head count?
Like, I don't know. There's probably 50 people there.
50?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound that small.
That feels pretty small. I feel like 50 is pretty intimate, pretty tight.
Yeah.
If you're doing 50 people, I mean, that's maybe it was 55.
I think if I was to get married today, would 50 people show up?
No.
Not unless I opened it to the public.
50 people. Yeah, you get 50 there.
You think so?
I think so. If you want me to invite some friends to get your numbers up, I can do that too.
Right. You can have a plus 40.
Yeah. Get as many people here as possible. I want some more gifts.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Oh, it's food fight time on The Riot. We have found Coca-Cola's latest creation. Literally, it is a part of their Coca-Cola Creations series. It's their limited edition Coca-Cola Ultimate. That's what they call it. According to them, it tastes like what experience points taste like in video games. They did this in partnership with League of Legends, and now we have it here to give it a shot.
It's exciting. I've never had experience points.
Never?
Not me, I've had it in video games.
You never leveled up?
I don't know what that flavor would taste like, though.
I got you.
So it doesn't have a true description of like what it's supposed to be?
No, they do not have any actual, raspberry or anything like that.
What about based off smell? Go ahead and give it a sniff. Let me know what you think.
It smells kind of good.
It smells real good.
Some kind of berry.
Is it berry? I was thinking vanilla.
Vanilla? Yeah, like a vanilla berry. I don't know. I mean, it smells good, actually.
It smells great.
Based off of smell alone, I guess I have high hopes. I guess we should disclose, too, we have the full sugar version, the full calorie version.
Let me see what the bottle looks like.
There's supposed to be a 0 version, but I was not able to acquire that.
It looks slick.
It does look pretty cool.
I like the gold. The gold kind of goes with the whole experience points thing.
Yeah.
I could see it.
I'll tell you, I mean, I don't think I'm the first person to say this about Coca-Cola. All of their bottles look so similar, though. It is difficult to sometimes differentiate if you're getting a full sugar, if you're getting a 0, if you're getting vanilla, cherry, whatever. So if Coke area to improve, maybe diversify your brand a little bit. Okay. Ready to taste?
Let's try it.
All right. Without further ado. Okay, I don't think that is not a win for me.
Me either.
What it tastes like is way different from what it smells like, first and foremost.
It smells way better.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's
tastes.
obvious based off of our reactions. I don't think it's worth, for me, the 240 calories it would be to drink this entire bottle.
It kind of seems diety to me. Is it not to you?
A little bit. I get what you're saying. Because it's so artificial, I guess. But it's not even, in this case, artificial sweeteners. It's just something is so unnatural.
Like, if you handed me this, I would think it's a 0 sugar. I really would.
Maybe that's what's important, the placebo effect. It is definitely verified. Once again, we can show this if you're watching on the RadioU Riot Facebook page or YouTube channel. It says 240 calories right there.
That's not very good.
Black and white, clear as crystal.
Not very good.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Yet again, it's pop, so it's not awful, but...
Do you have a guess as to what you think it feel like you're tasting with this?
I don't.
I'm seeing in the comments some people are saying it tastes like coffee and mango, pineapple, peach, or banana cream. Banana. That might be what I'm getting here. That might be it. It might have some kind of, I mean, it's Coke. It's like Coke with banana and probably something else to me. I definitely don't get coffee. That's for sure. I don't enjoy it. I do not yet another one of these. I don't know if any of the creations so far have come along where I've been yearning for them after tasting them once.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that were okay. This one's the worst one. I'll say that much. This one's the worst one. I think this is by far the worst one.
Yeah.
One of the worst pops we've tried on the show.
I don't know. I remember hating some of the other ones too. So
for me, this is the first one I really haven't liked.
I can't even differentiate between them all. I just know that I don't think I've enjoyed any of them. And this is no exception. I mean, if somebody was like, you must drink that whole bottle, I guess I could do it.
Yeah, I could do it.
Am I probably just going to dump out the rest of this cup, the 4 ounces here or whatever I have? Yeah, probably. I don't think I'm going to go back to it.
Come on, Coke.
You can do better.
That's no experience points for me.
Yeah. Here's hoping our next food fight will be more tasty.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. RadioU.
Nike is catching some flack. I don't know if you've seen their new ISPA Mind Body sneaker. $180. And I've sent it to you here. How would you describe this shoe?
It kind of looks swollen.
That's what I was thinking. That is the word.
It looks a little swollen.
I thought bloated
Bloated's a good word for it too.
Distended.
Also, it almost looks like you went like mudding in it.
I think
you wore this in a field where there was like mud and poop.
I believe that's what it's supposed to look like. It's a mud-colored trainer. Although, if you don't like the color, it's also available in neon green.
Oh, really? Of course.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I bet you that'd make a big improvement.
I need to see the neon green version.
Yeah.
Because when I'm seeing this is like a brown and gray. I guess a gray version of it.
Yeah.
And it looks like mud. It looks like mud.
Yeah, people are saying it looks like you pulled it out of the garbage. Like these shoes have been probably like soaking in dirty water for a couple weeks. And then you're like, oh, I found these and they're Nike and they're worth $180. But they don't look that good. Now, they are easily disassembled. So if you take them back to a Nike store, they can be recycled. That's a positive.
They look like foot fungus. That's what they look like to me. They look like you found these in the bottom of a pond. That's where it looks like you found these.
That's what it looks like.
They look ridiculous. And they're $180, which is a wild amount to spend on shoes. Wild.
You think that's too much?
Way too much.
I don't know. Shoes keep going up in price,
They are so expensive. It's crazy. And for shoes like this, I mean, nobody's going to look at these and be like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, those are probably expensive.
No, I think people are going to look at them and go, wow. Just not the way you want them to. I mean, if you're going to buy a pair of shoes, you should and spend $180 on them. You should at least get one day where they look like a brand new, really slick pair of shoes, not look like they've been buried underground for a couple weeks.
If you walked in with these on, I would think, Hudson, what happened this morning? Like, did you walk here? Did you run here?
Did you bury a body?
Did you swim here?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on with your feet? Do you need money? I can give you some money if you need some money. Get you a pair of shoes.
Why don't you tie a couple of grocery bags around those for now?
Yeah, exactly. It looks ridiculous. And this gets me on the whole topic of like the for them to be $180 is a wild amount of money, but there's guys who are going to buy these.
Yeah,
in seriousness. They're going to do it because they think they look good.
I struggle to think of the venue where you would wear these.
See, I think that for a lot of like the shoes that are like this, that are like kind of like, are these like basketball shoes?
They're not. I think they're trainers.
More sneakerish?
Yeah.
See, because for me, I'm not wearing shoes like this around anywhere, really.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's some athletic type something that these would actually be particularly suited for. Although still then I can't imagine why couldn't you just make them look better?
Why wouldn't you pick a different pair?
Yeah, but
these are $200 and they look ridiculous.
But just for everyday wear, I don't know where you wouldn't want to go to work in these.
No.
You wouldn't want to go to school in these.
You wouldn't want to be seen in these.
Yeah, I just don't know. The only one I can think of is music festival.
Oh,
a Stormy Music Festival, because then
they wouldn't be able to tell your feet are dirty.
That's right. It would just look like you just blend in with everybody else.
You could walk right through the mud. And little do they know, you're totally fine.
Yeah, but normally if I come home from a music festival and my shoes look like this, I'm upset.
True.
This is pre-music festival what they look like, so not great.
Yeah, for me personally, this is a no-go. $180, wild amount to spend on shoes anyway. If I'm going to spend that much, there's no way they're going to like this. This is nuts.
Yeah, if you want us to send the pics to you, 8772 RadioU.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.